See if anybody gonna come in. Let's see if somebody can come in. You know, I have somewhat of a controversial, you know, my channel's a little controversial, so it's all right, man. It's all good. We working, man. We just trying to figure things out. That's what it's really all about. Just trying to figure things out. Like, I'm the type of person where I just don't believe, like, with somebody, just because somebody say something, that don't mean that it's law. You know what I'm saying? You have to do your own work. You have to do your own due diligence. That's a must. Yeah. You know, it's a lot of wild minds out here, man. A lot of wild minds. You never know what most of these guys are thinking. You never know what most of these guys are thinking. Yep. You never know.
Michael Jordan, the greatest player of all time. Yeah. Go. Yeah. Go.
Peace, Storm. Peace. Yo. Came in. Oh, brother. Good to see you, man. Glad y'all came through, man. I'm ready to touch on the it's a touchy topic. So I'm glad y'all came through. You know what I mean? Glad everybody came in respectfully. It's that Olive. Can't see, wait a minute. X'd up Pop Lord. Yeah, Islam. Thanks for coming in, bro. You already know. Yeah. Right. Oh, you knew? Okay, you knew. Okay, brother. Thanks for coming through, man. Ain't too much, brother. Just maintaining, man. Just maintaining. That's all. I want to hit y'all with something. It's kind of deep. I'm gonna do a lot of reading, so I'm gonna get back to everybody. Like, it's very deep stuff, information, man. Okay. Hope all is well. Hope everybody doing fine, man. It's a lot going on, but there's a lot we need to know about ourselves. It's a lot we need to know things about us, and you know, we're learning, we're studying. Like, you don't take what people say and take it for what it is. You don't do that. You do the knowledge yourself after you've been given the knowledge. See, I'm so grounded with what the things that I have studied and worked on that I feel confident, like, you know, respectfully, you know, not egotistically, nothing like that. It's just I've been working, man. I've been reading, man. I've been studying. I've been, you know, living life. And, you know, it ain't easy out here, man, you know, because I also got to live life, too. You know, I got a wife, you know, a 3-year-old. Get real. You hear me? Somebody said, I hope your day is good. Oh, man. Man, it's back to you. Back to you, brother. Hope you good. Yeah, you know, man, I'm going to tell you. I take care of people, right? So when you take care of people, know that that comes back to you. That come back to you. You take care of people, then nature take care of you. So just what I do, man. You know, I ain't perfect, none of that. You know, I'm striving to be better, just like hey, all of us are should be, right? Somebody say I'm 13. Oh man, you are 13? Okay, well learn. You about to learn something about your people you ain't know about. So look, check this out. All right, here, okay. One of the things I've noticed is I don't know if you meant 13 zodiac or you mean 13 years old. So I know the zodiac. There's also a 13th zodiac sign. Um, Really not a sign. Supposed to be the only one, right? But look into that. It's called the Orpheus, right? It's the 13th zodiac sign. Google it when you get a chance, and you'll find out about cosmic memory. You'll find out about your kundalini, and once you've gotten this energy, now there are different names for it. Some dudes call it uh, dragon. Some dudes call it serpent. To me, same thing, man. It's just a reason to fuss and fight over. That's all. That's all it is, man. So look, off the Chesapeake here, guys. Something happened on this end up here, right? Because I've been doing extensive homework, right? The Susquehanna, the Susquehannock, the Susquehannock Moors, okay? Or just the Susquehannocks. Let's just say the Susquehannocks, okay? All along the Susquehannocks, the Piscataway, the Powhatan, right? The Nanticoke, all up around this Chesapeake, Baltimore, Maryland, Eastern Shore area, all the way to New York. Yeah, all the way to New York. All the way to New York. It was these indigenous people that lived in this area, man. Like, who do y'all think was living here? Who do y'all think was living here? Africans? Can't think that. I'm not trying to dog nobody, but can we be who we are? And we've been here for a long time, man. Very, 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 very long time. All right. So look, we ran these waterways. Okay, they used to call us guardians of the river, of the rivers, because we had the Susquehanna River, the Potomac River, the Patapsco River. You had the Chesapeake. You know, right off the Mid Atlantic, right there, right. The way those waterways ran, man. You know, we didn't go by. I'm from this city. I'm from this state. I'm from no. You were from this wooded area. You was from I mean like really like and you can do but it wasn't the way they tried to make it seem like we were scavengers and all this foolishness. You know academia always gonna lie. Academia always lie. Academia always lie. So look, see. What I do is I like to read, guys. I like to read because sometimes I'll go somewhere and I'll forget that I wanted to say something. So just let me read, guys. Man, I love y'all. Thanks for coming through. For real. Thanks for coming through. Thumb up the video if you can, man. Send it out. Let the babies get this. Because I'm getting ready to tell us some real stuff about us of the eastern woodlands. Now, some people think it's pseudo. Some people think it's pseudo. But all of this stuff is documented. I have all of the primary sources. I've read over this stuff. I've been knowing about this stuff for about a year. I just didn't because it was so much going on. You know, sometimes, man, you don't know if you even want to get in the middle of all that shit, you know. But today I feel like, you know, because I've operated my cosmic memory, man, I'm telling the people, man, We had a whole situation up here on the Chesapeake. And I'm gonna have a whole bunch of enemies that do this video. I'm telling y'all now. Right, whatever, man. But can we get to the truth? And if somebody wants to react to this video, please do it. Because I want to know it. Because what I'm seeing is everything is pointing to what I'm getting ready to tell y'all. Yeah. It is what it is. Right? Somebody can, yo, amen. Say hi. Yeah, yeah. Love y'all. Thanks, man, for coming through. Love y'all. This is serious. I'm ready to tell y'all. Now, I got the primary sources. Let's go. All right. Wait a minute. Make sure it moves like when I wanted to move. Okay. All right. We had this place called the James River, right? They called it the Powhatan Flu, right? The name, what the Powhatan Flu actually means, right? It wound up being a early English saying, right? They recorded it, right? And they called it the James River, meaning the Powhatan Flu, or the Powhatan River, or the Powhatane River, right? The Flu, or the Fluve. Now remember, it's not an indigenous word, right? It is a Latin European term meaning river, flumen, 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 okay? So the Powhatan flumen literally means the river of the Powhatan, or the Powhatan's river, right? Primary source, John Smith. We all know who John Smith is, right? If you read whatever, hopefully you guys been doing some reading. We've been in the house. You should be studying, getting knowledge of stuff and learning who you are, okay? So let's get to that. Get closer to your family. Put your phone down. Too much of the phone. Put your phone down for half the day if you can. And read a book. Talk to your auntie. To find out who you are. Find out see who she know, right? And then you'll know who you are, okay? So look, so the Powhatan Flu literally means the river of Powhatan, or Powhatan River, the Potomac, Powhatan, right? Primary source, John Smith, right? A true relation. It was in 1608 when he wrote this, okay? A true relation, 1608. Then John Smith again, he had another book called, it was a map of Virginia, right? He did that in 1612. Do the knowledge, y'all, okay? Smith explicitly labels the river Powhatan Flu. All right. Powhatan was a title, not just a person. This is critical. Powhatan referred to a place, a people, a title, a paramount authority. Mamenatuik. 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 A paramount authority. Now y'all know where these Paramount movies come from and who they be talking about. They just play games with us. It's a fact. The man, okay, the English called Chief Powhatan was Manahosuak. Manahosuak, right? Or Mementowick. Now, over 30 nations. Over 30 nations. Meaning, so Powhatan Flu does not mean a river named after a man. It means the river of the Powhatan world system. Okay? Primary source, William Starchy, Strachey, William, right? The book is History of Travaine into Virginia Britannica in 1612. Rewind it, guys, if you have to, okay? the river as imperial spine. The James River was the political artery of the Powhatan Confederacy, a tribute corridor, a ceremonial boundary, and a defensive system. Okay? Towns, temples, and storehouses linked its banks. Primary sources, John Smith from 1608 to 612. Then you got Stachey, 1612, right? Smith mapped dozens of towns along the river, proof of density and organization. Now, they supposed to have this group out called the Order of Red Men. Do the knowledge, y'all. Supposedly, these people put together this whole confederacy that was a, Caucasian only fraternal order thing, right? And supposedly they started all this red men stuff and all this. So they had their hands in it, right? They had their hands in it, right? Look it up, y'all. It's called the Order of Red Men. All right. Read it. Tell me what y'all think about it. But when I start reading things that's past that date, now they wrote that in Baltimore in 1835. I could take the Powhatan, the Susquehannocks, I could take them, the Nanticoke, the Delaware Moors. I could take them back 200 AD, I guess if you want to say AD. I'm still trying to figure out this AD thing. We know 1,000 years was put on our timeline. 1,000 years, right? We know this much, right? From us doing our homework, okay? It's been put out substantially by substantial brothers, and honors and respect and love to them. They know who they are. Trust me, they know I know who they are, right? Okay. So here we go. Okay. Why the English renamed it James. In 1607, the English renamed Powhatan flew to James River after King James I. Okay. This was not cosmetic. Renaming meant claim of sovereignty, erasure of indigenous jurisdiction, legal fiction of ownership, spiritual displacement. In European law, naming equals possession. Primary source, Virginia Company Charters, 1606. This is around about the time they did all the stuff they did to us in the United States, guys. Well, in their United States corporation, in our America, America or Amaruca or one of those two. Okay, one of those two, right? We still learning. We still learning. We still learning. I don't know everything. We still learning. Somebody want to challenge this? Do it. I need you to do it so I can get better and I can learn more. But I study and I study my people, my bloodline. I know what's going on, right? You can't feed me no trash and think I'm going to run with it. Respectfully, humbly. I just love my people, man. And can I be wrong because I want to know what happened to us? I read other stories and I hear other things. So what happened to us? Why do we now all of a sudden want to kill each other? Why all of a sudden fentanyl matters and my Lucci and my Gucci and my Moochie and my all this? Like, why does that matter over your cousin, your brother? We've been doing American history is so deep, and I'm getting ready to read it to y'all. I got some other stuff out too, but I'm ready to read y'all some more. Okay, so love y'all for coming through. Thank you for coming through. Let's study, y'all. All right, so look. So the primary source I got that from, right? Rewind the tape back when you get a chance, right? The Virginia Company Charter in 1606. And then the colonial correspondence. The colonial correspondence. You can get that primary source, right? All right. The river in war and control. The English used the river to move troops, to launch food raids, to burn cornfields, to starve communities into submission. This is documented strategy. You can challenge me if you want to, but we're gonna have to sit down and we're gonna have to break bread. Cause come on, man. I'm a grown man. I don't play no games, right? Primary source: Virginia Company Records, 1610 to 1622. Accounts of the First Anglo-Powhatan War. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been, I work. I don't be playing. I work, right? The destination of the Quakros along the river. So guess what? Quakros is Quaker. See? See how they play games with us? They play word games with us. The destruction of the Quakros, right? Along the river. Quakros. Powhatan ritual authorities. Now, sometimes we had to have our powwows. Come on, man. We had to have our powwows, man. So, that's just what we do, man. One of the things I love about Moor science to me, Moor science is what gathered me. That's a fact. That's what grounded me, right? And then that made me start doing my genealogy. That's what made me start looking like with a dragonfly perspective, with knowing certain verses in our oldest documentation. Like, for real, man. I could read something to you now. Hold up. All right, let's go. We can go Deuteronomy 28. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken delinquently unto the voice of the Lord, thy Hawah, right? To observe, because we know we don't put no power before our power. Let's keep it real. I'm an OG now. It's time for us to really figure this out, right? Right. Your power is you, right? And you can think it's a game, and you'll find out that it's not. Okay? All right. To observe and to do all his commandments, right? We know what the commandments are, like the 42 laws of my eye. We know this. We know what we got to do, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy breath, me, right? My inhale, my exhale, me, right? Will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. Flat out. Do what you gotta do. So I do what I gotta do, man. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, man. Do right. That's it. Do right. So let's talk, right? The Quakros, the Powhatan ritual authorities, right? Maintain temples along the Powhatan flute. So I told y'all that was one of the river names, the Powhatan flute, right? Legitimated leadership and anchored ceremonial law. Tell me this don't sound like us, man. Come on, man. Let's keep it real, man. Ain't nobody dipper than us. Ain't nobody who do it like us. Don't nobody do it like us. See, people confuse. See, we were connected through spirit, guys. We were connected through spirit, man. And let's keep it real. A lot of people not going to handle this type of, because it's not status quo. But when you have been studying in the way I have, you will understand. Okay? Right. So, okay. Colonial forces destroyed temples, seized sacred objects, and undermined the priesthood. You hear me? You say that your people's told you that you from the Americas, then you should want to understand this or overstand this. Primary source, William Strachey again in 1612, Jesuit correspondence. Now I told y'all maybe about a month ago, I told y'all about these Jesuits and the church were the ones that screwed everything up, man, and rewrote everything. Your boy Walter Plecker, wait a minute. 672. Answer, please. LOL. I'm sorry. What did you say? Let me see. You said Muslim, Jewish, or Christian. Me? Oh man. I'm gonna say I'm close to Muslim. Yeah, close to Muslim. But because that's all about a divine and national movement, right? Muslim, I'm a more like it goes back some ways. Okay. So, but also because we have been learning and studying, we've also learned that here in the Americas, we were on the same spiritual higher self cosmic memory from your root chakra through your spinal cord, through your sacrum chakra, through your solar plexus, through your heart chakra, through your throat chakra, through your pineal. You reach the waters above, right, which is your higher self, and you bring all of that energy up, right, and now you start getting nationalized. Now you tie yourself to a nation. Then you do your genealogy. Then you raise up the people. As you're raising yourself up, you raise your people up, right? So this is what we're getting back to, the essence of America. Okay? This is what we're getting back to. We're getting back to the essence. And I live off the Chesapeake. Okay? I've been there 5 decades and I can feel. See, when you activate the waters above, you can see clearly. You can see things that other people cannot see. Some people think that we're crazy. But when we start pulling out records and start getting people's minds right, then, it is what it is. But it is what it is. Somebody said, I follow the word of Christ. Rock out of Chris, Chris. Yeah, yeah. I mean, hey, yeah. Now you saying Christ or you saying Chris? Follow you. Yeah, you follow. Trust you. You create you. Yeah, that's what it is. Because you know what? Nature's going to move with you. Nature's going to move with you. This is the thing. That's why this is called a divine and national movement. Right? You said, what is the Jubilee? I'm going into it. I'm going into it. So look, I just want to give y'all let me read. Somebody started with a question, so I had to answer. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, family. I'm sorry. I'm just giving y'all some serious jewels on off this Atlantic coast, which they call the Chesapeake, the Susquehannock. A fear. See, you got to watch the videos I did before this, right? They said that we at wartime, you did not want to mess with us. The only way we got invaded was through disease. That's the only way we got invaded. They couldn't beat us no other way. We was too big, we was too strong, we was too fierce, right? We were strong warriors and a solid priesthood. But what snuck in there on us was smallpox. I did a video on that. It's a short on there. You guys should check it out. You get these little pussy bumps all over your body. Yeah, it was a deep situation. So let me go into this, y'all. Let me respectfully, humbly. I ain't pointing no fingers. This I don't have no attitude with nobody. The thing is this: we have to know history, right? So because you got to know when to make changes. You got to know what's coming at you, and you don't want to let happen the first time happen again. So now we know that when we deal with certain individuals, that there's a possibility and they might be trying to do something else, give us a disease or something. I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah, come on, man. Hold up. But ignore my comment about Muhammad married and praying a 9-year-old, but you ignored my original comment. I'm sorry, sister. You got to understand. I hear you, sister. But before I started doing the video, right, I said I have a lot of stuff to read. And this video is about where I'm from. No disrespect. We spend a lot of time worrying about where everybody else live, but we don't spend the time worrying about America, where everything is from, where the oldest pyramids are, where the biggest pyramids are, where the most mounds are, where they finding sarcophaguses, where we finding all kind of stuff here, man. You guys don't really understand. Everybody always wants to leave America. When guess what? This the promised land. This is where your corn comes from. This is where your tobacco comes from. This is where your cotton comes from. This is where your squash comes from. People follow the food. Okay? And I'm not being disrespectful, but our problem we got so many people coming here, immigrants. I'm not trying to dog nobody. I'm not talking bad about nobody. But the problem is we have our own home. And it's time that we nourish it and we take care of it. It's time that we learn what to do to take care of our land. And I'm here to talk to us about taking care of our land and our family and our people and doing what we got to do. Because once upon a time, we were a serious bunch of people on the Susquehannock, and everybody knows it. And everybody knows it. And everybody knows it. Like, so this is not something that I learned in school, and I want to know why didn't they teach it to me in school? Why they didn't teach me about the Piscataway? Why they didn't teach me about the Powhatans? Why they didn't teach me about the Nanticoke? I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you because you are being this very respectful. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. Now, can I finish talking now? Not being disrespectful, but I'm making my point. There are people that want to know what I'm talking about. You don't want to know about it. No disrespect, but I want to know who I am. Some people might want to know who they are, sister or brother. You're so emotional. It gotta be a sister. Can't be a dude acting like that. Can't be. Let me move forward, y'all. Some people, please send the video out. Please thumb up the video. Please share the video. This is important information about us from the Eastern Woodlands. Stuff a lot. From the Eastern Woodlands, we want to know about who we are, okay? Everybody don't care who we are, right? But I want to know, right? So number 7, what survived even after conquest Indigenous towns remained mapped for decades, right? Names survived in distorted forms. Descendants persisted under reclassification. The river members, even when textbooks don't. Hold up. Number 8. What you can say publicly, accurate and defensible. You can say the James River was originally known in English records as the Powhatan Flu, meaning the river of the Powhatan world. It functioned as the political and ceremonial spine of the Confederate Indigenous system before being renamed as an act of colonial possession. That statement is fully supported by primary sources. I got about 7 of them right here. Yeah. So let me move a little further. Move a little further. I'm gonna get to my point. Because all this goes into the Jubilee. All right? All this goes into the Jubilee. Right? Okay. So let's go ahead, right? We're gonna go part 1, right? What was actually happening here? What was going on here? Probably I'm gonna say 1100s to the 1600s, but we know that they added 1,000 years into the timeline. We know this, right? All right. So the Chesapeake, the Piscataway, the Powhatan, and the Susquehannock, right? From the 1100s to the 1400s, not constant war. We were not having no issues. From 1100 to 1400, the eastern woodlands, including the Chesapeake, were characterized by chiefdoms and confederacies, trade networks, not endless warfare, seasonal conflict, not extermination wars, right? Not extermination wars. Ritualized warfare, raids, prestige, and balance. This is how we were living here. And to all this trash got here, all the drugs and all the guns and all the people that don't need to be here, right? We was doing fine. All right. This was not genocide style war. It was regulated conflict, common to many societies, right? There is no evidence of a centuries-long extermination war between the Piscataway, the Powhatan, and the Iroquois during this period. We know this now, okay? So between the 1400s and the 1500s, pressure builds. Changes begin before Europeans fully arrive. See, because the disease hit when they first came. By the time they got here, we was already dying from it. Okay. Climate instability, the little ice age, right? Population shift. You guys have really got to understand, if you are from the Eastern Woodlands, you'll understand what it meant to be like veins, right? This waterway, right? Let me check the chat. I don't want nobody fussing at me. I'm very aware of the Western culture influencing the Eastern religion. Yeah. Honors and respect to you for making that comment. That was a very special comment. Very special. Somebody said, is this live going to be available to watch later? Yes, sister, it's going to be a lot. Oh, brother, whoever, man, y'all know y'all making me feel like I'm giving the right information. So thank you. I appreciate it, guys. It's a lot. It's a lot. And yes, you guys are right. We were dumped on, pretty much. It ain't funny, but it's bad because a lot of us don't even know. See, this is what happened. They came in through the Chesapeake, right? And this is where everything got trampled over. Mounds got steamrolled. They even used some of the, okay, these mounds were ceremonial sites, burial sites, right? Burial sites and ceremonial sites where we had ancestors at, right? They was using that, they was taking the bodies and just discarding them. Some of them they put in the museums, and the rest of the dirt they used as landfill. Do you know who these Susquehannocks were? You have no idea who they were. You didn't care. My bad, y'all. All right. Thank you guys. Please thumb up the video, right? Please share it out because we need to know this stuff. And a lot of people don't know. They don't know. A lot of people do not know. They think they're from Africa. And I'm not saying the same thing wrong with our cable land. Ain't nothing wrong with Africa. But we're not going to keep doing this. We're not going to keep doing this. Everybody need to know that, for real, America is the real, true old world. Let me give a shout to my brother real quick. If y'all ain't know this, my brother just wrote this book, right? Title, author right here. Mhotep Chavez. Mhotep Chavez just wrote a book, right? Il Bay. It's called America is the True Old World. Mu discovered. Man. So we know that a lot of these places that's all over the world, they were here first. We know that everything mirrored here. And it's not being egotistical. It's not none of that. Okay. Let me finish, y'all. Let me finish. I don't want to get in no trouble. Let me finish. I don't want to get nobody mad at me. Right? Okay, wait a minute. All right. So it says, okay. All right. We're gonna go ahead again so we know what we're talking. Okay. All right. Changes began before the Europeans fully arrived. Right? Climate instability, the Little Ice Age, population shifts, right? Competition over hunting grounds. See, that thing's starting to get a little tight, right? Movement of the Iroquois speaking peoples north and south, right? Still no total war. Borders shifted, alliances changed, but societies remained intact. Hear me? The real war starts mid-late 1500s to the 1600s, the Beaver Wars. Some people think the Beaver Wars, back then, the Beaver Wars was probably, I mean, you're talking 400 years ago. So Beaver might have been, I don't know, it might have been all right. Might have been all right. I don't know. I'm just going by, cosmic memory. That's it. And I'm seeing a lot of references correlate. I'm seeing a lot of references correlate, man. And I'm giving you guys the primary sources, so write them down, right? And then look to see if what I'm saying is what it is. That's how I teach, right? Make sure you see. Cause you're scared. Oh, I'm scared. What are you talking about? Yeah. The real war starts mid late 1850s, like 1600s. The Beaver Wars, right? From the 1600s to 1701, this is where people get confused and get misplacing blame. The Beaver Wars were not ancient tribal hatred. They were caused by European fur demand, which they probably didn't even want the damn fur. They probably just wanted to start some shit. Terrible, man. Terrible. European weapons, European trade manipulation, right? The Haudenosaunee which is the Iroquois Confederation, right? Which is the Iroquois Confederation. See, a lot of these names, Iroquois, these are European names. We had other names here. Like we would call the Paramount, right? The Powhatan, Piscataway, Tayak. I'm a Tayak, right? Eastern Woodland, okay? Right, okay. The Iroquois Confederation, the Hondanansi, right, were armed heavily by Dutch and later English, expanded aggressively to control fur routes. The Susquehanna, Powhatan, Algonquin nations, and others were pulled into this system whether they wanted it or not. This was colonial proxy war. Indigenous nations were forced into conflict by European economics. This is documented history. Susquehanna versus Iroquois. Yes. Yes. There was real warfare here. Yes, it was. But understand this clearly. The Susquehanna were not passive victims. They were powerful, militarized, and strategic. They fought the Iroquois for decades. What destroyed the Susquehanna was disease, European betrayal, being caught between empires, colonial fear leading to massacre in the 1670s. Not some eternal indigenous enemy. Piscataway and Powhatan position. Piscataway and Powhatan peoples were not primary aggressors. Were targeted by English colonial expansion, used diplomacy more than in expansion warfare, were crushed through food warfare, treaty manipulation, legal erasure, reclassification. Man, their many enemy, I'm sorry, their main enemy was colonialism. Yeah. Not another native nation. Right? So let's go ahead on here and move a little further. Let's get up to why I gave the title that I gave. All right. Oh, let me give y'all a little something I wrote up real quick. It's a nice little skit. So check it out, man. There's so much going on, man. Y'all just don't have no idea what's going on in the inside. See, y'all know what's going on. It's like this war going on for who's right. And it's silly because we're all studying and we're all learning because we really don't know because, you know, so much happened with the misplacement and destroying our stuff and so much, man. So much, right? So look, you ever heard of the Tom, Jim, and Tim metaphor? This matters. When you say Tom writes most of the music, that's a power metaphor. Tom, the one who controls narrative, production, and archives. Jim and Tim, performers, participants, reactors. The audience thinks it's a group effort, but authorship is centralized. That's exactly how history worked in the Chesapeake. The real historical pattern, no drama, pre-1600s, indigenous nations lived their own lives. They did not write history books for Europe. Memory was oral, spatial, ceremonial. Post 1600s, Europeans arrived with paper, printing presses, courts, charters. They become Tom. Anyone else gets turned into Jim and Tim. History didn't disappear. Authorship shifted. No secret war, just authorship imbalance. There wasn't a hidden global conspiracy or some eternal tribal beef. There was centralized writing power, selective archiving, right? Deliberate renaming, destruction of non-paper memory systems. That strategy, not mysticism. Why thinkers like you feel the tension, right? If you feel any kind of tension, no, I'm not even gonna get into that part. I'm not even gonna get into that part. But the Art of War translation, Sun Tzu, energy. Did y'all see? Did anybody read the Art of War? Did you guys read? Anybody read? Anybody read? Anybody read the Art of War? You might want to read the Art of War. I regret that we did. Somebody said, I regret that we did. Amen. I'm sorry, but we won against everyone. We, meaning we. What you mean by we? We who? No, y'all, whoever that is, y'all, no, y'all stole. That's whoever that was. They stole. That's what y'all did. Y'all came to America and y'all stole, right? After y'all infected us with disease and shit. So don't go left with me, cause that was some sucker shit what happened. Cause y'all couldn't deal with us no other kind of way. Yeah, so I don't know what that meant, but don't go left with me. I'm not that guy to play with like that. These were my ancestors. The cosmic memory come through them to me. And I'm being polite enough to give it to you. Well, not even really for you, for my people. Because a lot of us don't know. That's why we're out here peddling dope and shit, because we don't know. So watch your mouth, okay? If that's what it was. And pause, and no disrespect to nobody, but when you start talking about, something that was a bad situation here in America. Some people came in here and gave us disease, sneakily gave us some disease, killed, what was it? Almost 80% of us. 20% of us made it, and we had to run off. We had to go hide and all this. When we don't do that, I'm reading to you now, Susquehanna don't do that. Yeah, we don't do that. Powhatans, Piscata, we don't do that. Watch my other videos about this. So, whatever, okay. The Art of War translation. Sun Tzu would say, the greatest victory is to win without fighting. Colonial systems didn't defeat people with guns. They won by controlling narrative, defining legitimacy, and deciding who counts. You know what else too? We didn't even think nothing like that at first. Like we had harmony here. We had harmony here. We was trying to help people that wanted help, and they wound up crossing us. Same thing today. So that's really what happened. So don't say nothing like that. I hope you ain't mean it like that. And if you did, peace. Come back to class and let's learn how to figure this out. Okay? It's all good. We learning. This is what history is all about. Not for us to get mad at each other. It's for us to do better. If you care. Because understand, when you do wrong, you have to own up to that. When you do right, then you get your right. Okay? All right. Man. So they won by controlling the narrative, right? Defining legitimacy, deciding who counts as real. That's the war I'm studying, right? Where you fit without ego, without myth, right? Where you fit, right? You're not claiming crowns or thrones, talking about me, right? You're doing what strategists do. Study terrain, rivers, mounds, if you know what a mound is. Studying logistics, trade routes, studying authorship. Who wrote the story? That's respectable. See, a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't respect it. A lot of people like to waste their time, right? I don't do that. I make things happen, especially when I need to know who I am. Let me move forward. I wrote out. It was a bunch of stuff, guys. Mm. Mm. All that stuff. My bad. Sometimes you get hiccups. That's what it's called a live for. Yeah. That's what it's called a live for. Sometimes stuff don't work the way it's supposed to work. Mm? Man, I be writing so much stuff, you guys have no idea. You know what? Wait a minute. That's what I'm gonna do. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. Gotta reboot something. All right. Okay. I got some verses too, but I'm not even gonna do all that. It was a lot. It just I study. All right, now games. All right, let's talk about this 3-eye atlas thing. If anybody knows about this 3-eye atlas, comment below. Tell me how y'all feel about 3-eye atlas. Right? So it goes, okay, so this is what I wrote. It says, what is 3-eye atlas? What is it actually, right? 3-eye atlas, also named C-2025. N1 atlas is a real interstellar comet. That means it comes from outside of our solar space. Right? What does that mean? What do y'all think that means? Think about it. See, I want you guys to try to tap into your third eye. Right? Try to tap into it. What do you think when it's outside? Right? See, first thing we have to realize is all that NASA stuff, it's not real. It's not real, guys. I don't want to say a whole lot, but it's not real, guys. Okay? Amen. It's not real, man. It's actually someone that can see clearly, and that scares them. That means that you're not colonized anymore. And they don't want us to be decolonized. They want us to stay in their time warp. And understand, they know who we all are. They know who we all are. So they get worried, okay, because they know who we are, and they know because of our bloodline and what we've been through. They know that one day you're going to wake up. One day you're going to realize who you are. And that's going to be a problem for them. Not going to like that. So look, Atlas, the bearer, the record. Atlas here operates on 2 levels. Scientific modern. Atlas, asteroid, terrestrial impact, last alert system. It detects objects crossing systems. Function, watcher, recorder, messenger. Ancient symbolic atlas. The one who bears the heavens. Keeper of cosmic order. It means it's one of us. And it's actually if you want to go old biblical, you would want to say a Prester John, a David, you know. This is someone that can see clearly, right? And they know when these guys come through. They know they know when these guys come through. The record keepers and the ones that got whatever kind of tracking system they got on us, right? We know this. Now, somebody that don't have our understanding, you wouldn't understand it, right? It's not crazy, but in a couple years, maybe you will see it. You just got to stay on your spiritual journey. That's all. Just stay on your spiritual journey and don't stop, man. Keep on doing what you're doing, and you'll be thankful like me. I be thankful for a lot of things. I don't get too upset because you know what's most important? My eyes opened up this morning. I don't care about no Lucci outfit. I'm clean. I used soap today. I ate a meal. So what I'm complaining about? See, one thing about this social media thing, man, it's weird to me because everybody always want to come on here like they perfect, like they Mr. Perfect. We all got our flaws, man. We all got our flaws, man. Another thing I get tired of saying is, every time somebody picks up a phone, it's always a smile. It's always bro, life ain't always smiley and shit. Life is not always smiley. So why can't you give the picture of how you really feel? That's how I feel right now. That's how I feel right now. Why I always got to be fake? When social media trips me out, man. Social media is just funny because everything always so great. Everything ain't always so great. That ain't real life. Going through stuff in life, that's life. Man, I had to pay this gas electric bill today. That's life. Going through trials and tribulations, going through things and getting better and learning how to deal with them, right? You don't do the same thing all over and over again. That's called a psychopath. You hear me? So you learn from your mistake and you dust yourself off and you keep it moving. But this always in front of the camera and I'm all, Mr. Cutie Pie. Nah, man, you're not. You're not. You live just like a regular person, just like the rest of us. Some of us have different positions. Like me, I have 11 brothers. I'm the oldest of 12 children. Gratitude, my mom and my dad is still around. So that's the matriarch and patriarch, right? So, I pretty much govern them, my brothers and sisters, my wife, our children. Like, you can't be an idiot and do something like that. And I keep everybody killed. I keep everybody, and I got a wild bunch. I got a wild bunch. But everybody all right. Yeah, that's a blessing. Gratitude for that. Praise the Lord, the great spirit, however you feel in me. There's a spirit out there that's handling all this. But I'm just saying, yeah, gratitude to that. Because there's so much going on in the world today, man. So much going on. Let me see if anybody say anything if I get fussed at. I am a regular. Oh man, thanks. I'm a regular person. Oh, you say you're a regular person? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just be a regular person. All that. Yeah, all that. Just be a regular person. Just be all this got to be, because most of them people like Sean Doodoo and all them, what they going through now? All these actors and musicians and all, they doing bad right now. They doing bad right now. It's YouTube world now. See, I'm different. I do what I do to leave records for my seeds to know who they are, and to also teach the youngins that want to know, some of the OGs that want to know that this back to Africa. I'm not mad at Africa. People might get mad at me or whatever, but bro, can I be who I am, bro? There were people living in America, bro. I'm one of the people, come from the people that was living in America. What's the problem? What's the problem? You don't think nobody was living here? Come on, man. You can't think that. South America. Come on, man. The Mayans. Come on, man. That's us. That's us, man. That's us. Yeah. That's us, man. The old Mac. That's us, man. That's us. Yeah, that's us, man. You see my dad, man. My dad look like an old Mac. You hear me? Yeah, my dad look like an old Mac. Straight up. Yeah, that's us though, man. That's us. And we need to know who we are, right? We need to know who we are, man. We were substantial here. I'm talking about substantial. They couldn't defeat us. They beat us through disease. Go watch some of the other videos I done on this. Yeah. I just told you some stuff, right? So let's finish up. So the ancient symbolic atlas and one who bears the heavens, right? Keeper of cosmic order. I told y'all cosmic memory. That's when you activate your cosmic memory. That's when you activate the DNA in you because remember this, guys. Uh, the binary code in a computer gives your DNA flat out. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Due to knowledge, right? It'll tell you who you are, right? Sometimes it'll set up stuff on you, war on you. That's why I think some of these people be having these some of the kids that have suicides behind, and rest easy to those kids that had suicide behind computers. I don't understand it because I don't see how someone that don't live nowhere near you, how does that upset you? Don't let that upset you, guys. Don't let these phones and these computers drive you up the wall. It is a form of addiction, right? Sometimes use it, sometimes stay away from it, man. Sometimes stay away from it, guys. Yeah. Sometimes set it down and go jump rope. Go play some basketball by yourself. Yeah. Go get a nice book and just sit, drink some hot tea, and just read the book, man. Get into you. See, these phones, these are the problems. These computers and shit. I do it because I have online businesses. I own books. I own an apparel line online. If it wasn't for that, I probably would never I probably would never pick a phone up. Seriously, man. These phones have showed me that they are a problem, right? We already know that the computers and the phones spit out electromagnetic rays that manipulate our nervous system. We know this. So you got to be careful with these phones, guys. Okay? No joke with them. Don't get crazy with them. Sometimes set them down. Them phones will start messing with your head. They do that on purpose. The little young dudes that got killed in all of them that get killed in Chicago. They do all the videos and all that. They be threatening each other on the phones and all. Man, what? Then I saw a video like, okay, so we know that think about this, y'all. The rap podcast, the rappers podcast, right? They ain't really doing nothing right now because the music hip hop is done. Like after Doo got knocked off and Meat getting smashed in the pool and all this, yeah, it's over with, right? So what is everybody doing right now? They podcasting. Everybody podcasting right now. So there's no money in the music business anymore. That's done. Yeah, after Doo it's done. So now what everybody doing? Everybody doing podcasts right now. Yup, that's what everybody doing right now. Podcasts because the rap game is over. Everybody ran over here with us now. But one thing about us and them is they look for a come up. Me, I like to talk to the people, man, especially the youngest, and get their minds right. So they don't, fall into some of the traps that I fell into. Hustling, gang stuff. I done been there. We've all done stuff when we were younger, right? Don't judge me for now because I grew up. What about that 50-year-old gang member like a dumbass, sorry, y'all, like a Jim Jones? He's still walking around like he 10 years old. So this is what I'm talking about, y'all. That's why we got to have guys like us, real solid men, right? To try to guide and talk to our people because we need it. I'm not talking about this because it's cute. I'm talking about it because my people need to hear it. All right? I love y'all. Let me move on. Hold on, I saw the thing moving. Can you do a dance? Can I do a dance? Can you dance? Yeah, I can dance, but I ain't doing no damn dancing. Y'all funny. Can I finish doing? What's that? Ask him, sir. Y'all trip. I ain't no damn dancing. All right, y'all. Let me finish, y'all. All right, now, ancient symbolic, right? The Atlas, the one who bears the heavens, right? Keeper of cosmic order, right? The point I'm trying to make to y'all is here on the Chesapeake, we was doing it, y'all. In America, period. They knocked all our mounds down. That's why you only see the Mississippi mounds now. Because when they first got here, they came through the Chesapeake. And by the time Mississippi, they knew that they was coming, plus Mississippi was smart. They a little bit smarter. Their trees covered up their mounds. Ours did too. But they came in on that end. Right. Right. And they stomped all the mounds, used them as backfill and all types of stuff. All types of stuff. So look, 3I, order, threshold, authority. 3I is not random. Across ancient systems, it signals completion of a cycle plus authority. Lunar logic, 30 days equals a full cycle. 31 equals crossing. Legal calendars often use +1. Numbers for transition points. 3-1, the gate number, the moment after completion when a new order can be declared. Jubilee 70, release, restoration, and return. This is the heaviest piece, and it's ancient law, not metaphor. In Hebrew Semitic law, 7 equals sacred cycle. 70 equals 7 times 10. Fullness of cycles. Jubilee, release of debts, land seizures, captivity, false ownership. Jubilee is not celebration, it is correction. Now, do y'all see where I was going with the first part of the video? Whoever was just fussing at me talking about, what do you mean Jubilee? This is a presentation, is a class. I'm teaching, so I have to start, Do I gotta say all that? Y'all funny. But it's good. It's good. It's good. It was some youngins they needed to know, so I know how to talk to youngins. I got a bunch of youngins I be around all day long, plucking my nerves. But I'm an OG. I'm supposed to do that. I got them. Trust me, I got them. If you need, first of all, y'all, thumb up the video, please. Please thumb up the video. I don't usually ask. Thumb up the video, send it out, subscribe to the channel, and stand by. Oh, and if you would like to support the channel, right? CashApp, $ PTM720. If everybody gave $1, man, at least I can pay my bill and get to the next video. Because you got to understand who I am. And this is no ego. This has nothing to do with that. That's the first thing I clear up. I'm a Tayak, right? I am a Eastern Woodland. I am a Susquehannock, right? More, however you want to look at it. More or the spiritual system that we had here in the Americas was just like Moor science. You hear me? That's how we connected through the world, around the world. We connected with intelligence level. That's a fact. Your intelligence level told what you did, who you hang around, who you trade with, who you make money with, who you worship with, who you go fishing with. Yeah. So that's what it was, all over the world, all over the world. So when you hear some of us saying we're Moorish or something like that, it's just, man, look, first of all, we're in America. The story they gave us, we really ain't know. So we got to do the homework. See, I'm not just going to, just because somebody might say, boy, you from Africa. Boy, you from Australia, boy. I'm supposed to just believe that? I'm supposed to just believe I'm up from Australia because you say I'm from Australia. Nah, man. I got to do the homework. I have to know. I have to know. Not what you have to say. Because people will lead you down the wrong path and they'll use you for a slave. On this internet, oh man, it's dirty. It's dirty. I'm talking about it's nasty. Yeah. I do it because I'm strong enough to do it. Strong enough to do it. That's it. Because a lot of people, when they get ugly because they're on the internet. Not just that. If somebody really was gonna want to do something to you, would they put it on the internet? If so, they stupid. I mean, being an OG, then them young kids, they do it. That's why they all in prison. I hope none of y'all do that. Right? So yeah. Hold up. At least sing. Yeah, I sing. I'm a musician. I'm a musician. I went to Baltimore School for the Performing Arts. Baltimore School for the Performing Arts. I'm from Baltimore. So yes. But I ain't singing. I'm presenting. I'm a priest king. So that's what I'm doing. Okay? I'm telling the truth about my people. It's not about singing and dancing and shuffling. I'm not a sambo. No, I'm not a sambo. I come to teach the people. I give lectures. You're more than welcome. All you gotta do is email me, and I'll let you know when and where the next lecture will be at. Right? It's parristhemoor@gmail.com, and I will let you know when the next event will be coming up. Okay. If you have any questions or concerns, you can email me. Right? parristhemoor@gmail.com. I have 3 books. One is a child's book, a clothing line called Indigenous Apparel. Personally, I think it's sufficient because we've been wearing a lot of clothes that don't belong to us, and we need to get into the essence of looking how we've always looked, and uh, upholding the people that we know were giants back in the 1200s, like Queen Khalifa and the Umayyad Caliphates, or the Olmec, right? The list goes on and on and on. What's this channel for? My channel is a channel that uplifts fallen humanity and teaches the truth about who I am. Because by me being an African American, not me, a lot of us don't know who we really are. First of all, I'm not an African American. I am an Eastern Woodland. Do you know who you are? Whoever asked me that question? Whoever it was that asked me that question, what'd you say? What's your channel for? Okay, that's cool. So now you know this fool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's that? You're a Muslim. Assalamu alaikum, brother. No, brother, I'm not Muslim, but I will greet you in Arabic because I speak 4 different languages. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. But no, I'm not a Muslim, brother. I'm a Muslim. I'm a Moor. I'm a Moorish American, right? I'm also an Eastern Woodland. I'm also an Eastern Woodland, Piscataway, Paramount, Susquehannock, Nanjamoy, Tyak. I'm a Tyak, Eastern Woodland. I'm indigenous to the Americas. Yeah, yeah. And thank you for that, brother. Wa alaikum salam. Yeah, brother. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, man, we just building, we just letting the people know who we are. You know, some of us know who we are. Some of us don't. Do the homework on the Washita. Do the homework on Washita, Doug DeMaunia, Mound Builders. I'm a mound builder as well. But the segment that I'm giving is the segment that hasn't been heard yet. The upper part of the Chesapeake, the Susquehannocks. That hasn't been put out I would say somewhat in the conscious community, right? You know, yeah, but yeah, no, but yeah, yeah, right. And yeah, we do got some nuts over here too. So don't think we don't. Just because you wear a turban and a fez don't mean you perfect. Don't mean, no, 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 man. Didn't TD Jakes get caught up doing something crazy? Huh? Didn't TD Jakes get caught up? So it don't matter, man. Christian, Michian, Flistian, Jewish, Skluish, Tewish. Bro, we got two selves. You got a lower self and you got a higher self, right? Which one are you operating on? Are you operating on garbage man, woman, or are you operating on God body, do right, 42 laws of my eye, 10 commandments? If you rocking out like that, then you have beautiful things that come to you when we live like this. Yeah, yeah. Your skin start to shine a little bit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Your cheeks get a little red. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold on, where you at? You believe in God though. I believe, yeah, I do. Yeah, yeah, I do. Allah. Arm, leg, arm, head. Get it? Somebody said I operate on my lower self. Okay, rock out. Rock out. Am I supposed to be mad because you rock out on your lower self? I ain't mad. You the one got to deal with that. Sorry if I'm disrespecting to your belief. You ain't disrespecting my. Listen, we all got our own belief and we all got our own lives that we have to live. That's it. And not just that. To me, because I'm a real man, I'm a real upright, stand up man, solid man, right? To where as though I bring information to the people where it really could cause issues, but I really don't care because it's the truth. And if the truth hurts, that's on you, right? But look, to me, a sane person, someone like me, I wouldn't go to someone else's channel and disagree with them when I could be spending time somewhere where I could be agreeing with someone, right? So why would I want to go somewhere that where I want to cause confusion? Why don't you go somewhere where you can be peaceful? Why don't you go somewhere where you can be respectful? Why waste time in your life and hang around something that you don't even understand? I wouldn't. That's why when people make comments to me like that, I don't understand them because I got too much to do to uplift me. So I wouldn't waste time watching a live from someone that I don't even care what he's talking about. What I talk about is not for everybody. But what it is for the people that are concerned about it. And it don't necessarily have to be our people. aka African Americans. It don't have to be us. It could be other, because I know a lot of Middle Easterns. They think that we don't know who we are. They think that we think we from Africa. I tell you what, where was the equator at before the lands broke apart? See, I'm a scholar, so see the kind of questions I ask. See, probably can't even catch it. What'd you say? Hold up. Submit to one God, true God, Allah. No disrespect to the other religions. Yeah, I get it, bro. Okay, okay. Yeah. I get, bro. Listen, man. Whatever it take for you to reach the waters above, you know what I mean when I say that? I mean your higher self. So you want to push your energy up to attain your higher self, going through your 7 chakras. Your 7 chakras, you push your energy upward, right? Your root chakra goes through your spinal cord to your sacrum chakra, goes through your spinal cord to your solar plexus, goes through your spinal cord to your heart chakra. This is your wisdom energy that's building up in your body. Okay? As you start to wake up and you can see clearly, right? So certain things about you are going to activate, right? The higher self in you. See, one thing about my people is we got lost from all the fake stories that they gave us. Okay? They were fake stories, right? So we've had chemtrails sprayed on us. We've had stuff put in our water. We have stuff put in our food. They're giving us pharmaceuticals that we don't need that's killing us. It's so much stuff, man. Guns, fentanyl, gangs, man. So, and we all know about these Americans here. All over the world, everybody know who we are. And that this is the real promised land. It's just that the people of promise don't know. That's all. And I'm explaining to y'all what happened. See, people know my channel already. People already know what I talk about. So for the one that said they don't need, what is my channel about? This is what my channel was about. It's about uplifting our consciousness. I'm not gonna say my people, anybody. It's for raising up yourself to be a better individual. Okay? And when you are a better individual, you will be better in life. You won't be worried about this food stamp thing, because as long as you do right, guess what? Nature is going to take care of you. Always remember that. Nature is going to take care of you. As long as you're practicing our 5 principles: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. As long as you're doing that, nature will take care of you. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Do you hear me? So let me go on, y'all. I'm glad we having this rap, though, because it's good to be, we getting some things straight. Ain't nobody being disrespectful. I respect y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate it. Thumb up the video, y'all, so so the people can see what we doing, okay? We just trying to uplift people, man, and get them right, because it's a lot going on, man. Everybody's stressed out, man, with all this worldly shit. Wars get ready to kick off. Trump acting crazy. Man, the feds ran down on the NBA boys, on the NBA basketball players. Man, this has been a lot going on. There's been a lot going on. Kurt got shot. Doo-doo just got knocked off. Diddy, my bad. Y'all call him Doo-doo. But yeah, Doo-doo just got... Don't laugh at me, y'all. Look, Doo-doo just got knocked off. They talking about Jay-Z. This is crazy, man. It's just a crazy time, man. And at the same time, there is a spiritual energy belt that's going around the world right now. And a lot of people are waking up to, it's like the golden age. If you know anything about there's a book out called The Golden Age of the Moors. Read that book. Okay? The biggest thing that they're trying to hide from everybody all over the world is that we Americans do not know who we really are. See, I happen to live this life, right? So I know how it feels, okay? And a lot of people don't understand it, but it's okay, right? Because we're going to show y'all, right? I'm a paramount. I'm a paramount Tyak, Eastern Woodland. Where have you seen the word paramount at? The movies, Paramount, right? So these Paramount movies that you see, they about us, y'all. Rebel Moon is about us. Uh, Three Body Problem is about us. The Transformers is about us. Star Wars is about us. It's so many movies, man. It's so many movies, but they flip everything. It's about us being colonized here in America, the i.e. Moors being colonized here in the Americas. Even Troll, the new Trolls 2, that's about us. But they flip everything. And if you can't see clearly, you won't catch it. I catch those movies all the time. Because there's certain words that they use. See, I know spaceships are really not spaceships. Spaceships are sailing ships. And remember in Rebel Moon, they was going to these planets and they were colonizing the planets. Where the planets are the islands or the areas in the world, in our world. Right? Right. So yeah. Okay, y'all, let me finish up. All right. So the Jubilee is not celebration, it is a correction. Land returns to its original stewards. Truth overrides contracts made in injustice. 2025, the marker year. The 2025 functioned as the witness year, the threshold year, not the end, but a revealing. In ancient timekeeping, certain years are remembered not for catastrophe or catastrophe. I'm sorry, y'all. Catastrophe, but for accounts. 2025, a year where records surface, okay, narratives crack, claims are questioned, and stewardship versus ownership becomes visible. Putting it all together, 3-Eye Atlas, Jubilee 70, 2025 reads as a recorded crossing year where authority is reviewed, cycles complete, and restoration law is reactivated. Or more poetically, the watcher records the crossing, the cycle closes, the land remembers its first keepers. You guys have a beautiful evening. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for class tonight, y'all. We learned something. Who said what? You said, want me to read it again? Did you understand it? Somebody said what? I got to explain it to you? You ain't catch it? You, no, sir. Okay, please elaborate. Got you. Back up. I got you. Okay, so what we're talking about right now. So in the beginning, I gave a bunch of information on how My ancestral land was stolen and taken from us. The Susquehannocks, the Chesapeake, right? The Piscataway, the Nanticoke, yeah, the Nanjamoy, yeah, the Paramount Tayaks, the Eastern Woodlands. So I gave a whole maybe like an hour, maybe like 45 minutes of that. And somebody asked me, so what's the video about? So I said, I'm putting in line with 3-Eye Atlas and the 70 Jubilee that we're in right now. Jubilee 70 in 2025. See, I am a scholar. I am a researcher. Okay, and I've activated my cosmic memory, and I'm really of my bloodline through energy, frequency, and vibration, which is called quantum physics, right? By way of my DNA and the binary code in the computer, and operating on my higher self. So let me break it down for you, okay? I'm gonna start from the beginning for you, okay? Not from the beginning, maybe halfway, okay? So the Jubilee 70, release, restoration, return. This is the heaviest piece, and it's ancient law, not metaphor. In Hebrew Semitic law, 7 equals sacred cycle. 70 equals 7 times 10, fulfillment of cycle. Jubilee equals release of debts, land seizures, captivity, and false ownership. Also, I was born in the 7th month, and I was born in 1970. Okay. Yes, I am. Yes, I'm an OG. Yes, I am. Yep. I put my time in though. And guess what? I earned every every bit of it. And grateful and thankful. And guess what? I can still do 50 push-ups. And guess what? I still do use 50-pound dumbbells. I do burpees and everything. So yeah. Gratitude for that. It's not a ego thing, just I'm thankful, right? So look, Jubilee is not celebration, it is correction. Land returns to its original stewards. Truth overrides contacts made in injustice. Contracts made in injustice. 2025, the marker year. 2025 functions as a witness year, a threshold year, not the end, but a revealing. In ancient timekeeping, certain years are remembered not for catastrophe, but for accounting. 2025, a year where records surface, narratives crack, claims are questioned, and stewardship versus ownership becomes visible. Putting it all together, 3-1 Atlas Jubilee 70 2025 reads as a recorded crossing year where authority is reviewed, cycles complete, and restoration law is reactivated. Or more poetically, the watcher records the crossing. The cycle closes. The land remembers its first keepers. Wow. Prester John. Yeah. We on the rise, man. We just doing what we gotta do. A lot happened. So it's time for things to come back home. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all be strong. Somebody say I'm crazy. Nah, man. Hawa. It's an inner breath. Wow. It's in, out. Human body. See? You gotta raise yourself up. One-on-one consultations. All you gotta do is hit me on parristhemoor@gmail.com. And man, I will teach you so much about yourself that you do not know. Because if you knew, you wouldn't have said crazy. See? The what? Breathing, right? Wow. You're breathing. See? That's how you see MHOE, right? What does that mean? MHOE. Right? Think about it. Right? Yeah, MHOE. What do you say? Yeah, no. You, somebody, you. What is it? You. Funny. Yeah, look. Thanks for the hearts, y'all. It's the in and the out of you just being alive. So you create. Thanks for the hearts, y'all. Love y'all. Thanks. Look, it's you. You got to create the you. Wow. These is what the ancient Israelites here in America, this is what we was on. You are your higher power, right? You are your do-all, right? It's up to you to do it. It's up to you to do it. Appreciate y'all, man. Look, next one, y'all. That was 3-eye. Don't trip off a 3-eye atlas, y'all, okay? All right? 3-eye atlas is us waking up. They know about certain ones too. I'm not gonna tell y'all all that. Maybe on the next video I'll tell y'all exactly who they are, right? But I'm not supposed to do that. But what you do is raise you up. I love y'all. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for the hearts. Thanks for coming through. I get deeper and deeper, man, when I do my videos. A lot of this stuff is a little, scary because a lot of people don't want us to know who we are. They want us to be dumb. They want us to stay dumb. But I got to record it. Whatever. They want to fight. They know how to find me. I know how to fight. And I got a bunch of youngins around me. They ready. They ready. My youngins ready. I'm trying to tell you. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Peace, man. It's Parris the Moor. See y'all in the next one. Thanks for the heart, y'all. Peace.